What we got? Oh my goodness. Isn't that crazy? Gotta shoot. Oh. Oh. I don't know what this is. It's big. What are your thoughts about all this? What are your thoughts?
We're just trying to enjoy it while we have it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a little update video for y'all on the status of the lake that we live on. As most of y'all know by now, this lake is going down. They decided that they were going to drain it and have it dry for the next 5 years. There's currently still, a good bit of water in it, but it has greatly receded. And I honestly don't really even know the status of the lake because we've been out of town for the last few days, like 4 days. So a lot of things I'm assuming have changed. So yeah, we're out here today. We're gonna take a good look at it. I'm over here parked actually at the dam, which is the source which all the water is being emptied from. We're gonna hop out here in just a second to see how many gates are open. We're gonna see if there's any fish hanging out down below. I'm gonna throw my cast net around. And then I think we're gonna start making our way around the lake and checking out a few spots. And I think we're even gonna dump the kayak in and get an on the water perspective, and also probably throw some lures around, see if we can't catch a couple of fish. This is a great time of the year to be fishing. This is my favorite time to fish this lake. And the fish should be biting, the ones that are out there in the lake. There's still a ton of fish out in the lake. People are hoping that a lot of these fish are going to exit the lake through the dam, which I hope also that they don't all get trapped, because the ones that do get trapped are going to be killed off. But yeah, I almost said that I'm excited for today's adventure, but I'm not really excited to share all this news with y'all, but I'm definitely interested and intrigued by all of this. So hopefully y'all are too. Let's hop out of the truck. Let's go down here below the dam and let's see what's going on down here today. Let's go. All right guys, so we're up here on top of the dam right now, and it appears they have just 1.5 gates open. I was hearing they had 2 full gates open, and a little stick that kind of shows how far open the gate is. It's only halfway up, so I'm gonna say that it's 1.5 gates. Down below the dam itself, it looks pretty standard whenever they're letting water out. It doesn't really look any different. There is a ton of bait fish down there though. There's a ton of shad. I've seen a few drum kind of mixed in with them. I'm sure there's some game fish mixed in, some white bass, some largemouth. I'm gonna throw the cast net down there in a few. I'm kind of reluctant to do that because I don't want to just like fill it up with a ton of shad. I might try to throw it in some areas where the shad aren't as densely populated, but I definitely do want to throw it out there and see if there's any fish chilling. As far as the lake side goes, looking pretty low. Just by gauging on the rocks down here on the bank, the lake looks like it's probably at least 2 feet down, maybe 2.5 feet. I need to look at the gauge and get an accurate reading of it, but just on the eyeball test, it looks to be at least 2.5 feet low. So that's pretty drastic out here on this lake. The average depth out here is probably only about 5 feet deep. So that means we don't have a ton of time left out here, but we're still gonna have, plenty of water to fish for a little bit. It's just gonna make accessing the lake pretty difficult. We're probably gonna have to access it on this end of the lake here in, the upcoming weeks. But with that being said, I'm gonna walk down below the ripples a little bit, take a couple looks down there, and then we're gonna throw that cast net around. Okay, we're almost ready to go down there and throw the net. I've been doing some exploring downstream. There is way more bait fish than I originally thought. There's so many shad. But something else I found, so this tree right here behind me is a persimmon tree. There's a couple of them here, and they are absolutely loaded with big persimmons, and we are at the time of year where some start to get ripe. And I found a couple of little nuggets on the ground. These are like some of the most beautiful and perfect looking persimmons that I've ever seen. If you've never had one before, they are just they're a very different type of taste. They're sweet, they're sugary, they're pulpy. I don't know, they're really, really good. There's nothing I can really say to describe them well, except for that they're tasty. And I honestly want to like gather a bunch up and make some jams. out of them. I have never done it before, but I figured they'd be good. But we'll do a little official taste test out here below the dam on some of these persimmons. Had to make sure there wasn't no fire ants on. There's a bunch of fire ants out here because they're out here eating all these dead shad that are kind of scattered around out here. But it's going for a little bite. Look at that. If you know about persimmons, you know that one there looks really, really good. Here we go. Dang. Dang, it's freaking delicious. That's like the best persimmon I've ever had. No joke. I think it's perfect. All right, guys, we're going on a little bit of an adventure. We came over here to the other side of the dam. We're gonna cross this little pipe right here, get up on these blocks, throw this cast net. So on the other side, there's a bazillion and a half million zillion shad over there. And I don't really want to fill my net up with those guys right now. I'm more interested in seeing if I can catch some like bigger rough fish or something. So we decided to come over here to this other side. They're not probably gonna be as dense, but they're still gonna probably have a pretty big presence over here. It'd be cool to catch something big. In the past, I come out here with my brother and we've thrown nets and we've caught some giant buffalo and stuff in them. I've also got snagged a bunch of times on the rocks down here, but that's all right. Maybe today won't be one of those days. All right, here we go. Pretty solid. What we got? Oh my goodness. It's still a bunch of shad. I'm not seeing any game fish in there. Just a bunch of thread fins, a couple of small gizzards. I'm gonna just dump them back in the water. Make a throw right here real quick. Gotta get it in quick though, so it'll get snagged. Oh, big something. Is that a big shad? Oh, we got a big shad. That's the kind I like to use for catfish bait right there. That's a big old gizzard. But still, just a bunch of thread fins and some small gizzard shad. That's still over here in this little calm water. Might be a bluegill or something. That was a horrible throw. Still filled it up though, goodness. Look at all those shad. I mean, in the super calm water. That's crazy. If you need shad, this is the place to get them. Just a FYI. I mean, every throw, you fill that sucker up. I see a couple golden shiners in there. That's crazy. All right, everyone, we are now in the kayak right here on the lake. I just launched at my closest boat ramp to my house, and I cannot believe how low it is. I mean, I can believe it, but oh my goodness, it is so low. I was just out here last week, and I had, well over a foot and a half of water on top of what I have now. And I'm just seeing, I can see the bottom. There's fish everywhere. Like, there is literally fish everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm not looking, I can't look. It's just, it's like an aquarium. There are bass and bluegill and shiners just everywhere. And all I brought with me was one little bass rod when I should have brought a little spinning rod probably and some worms or some crickets. I could go to town. I'm gonna keep this in mind. I might come back out here this afternoon and try to catch these bluegill. I'm kind of spooking them as I'm trolling through this area, but goodness, there is a bunch of them. It is crazy. I've seen some big ones too, big old red ears. But anyways, I am going to kind of just navigate around because it's really starting to kind of sink in that this could honestly be the last time, which I can come out here tomorrow probably and make it out and probably paddle and stuff. But I mean, this could be the last time that I'm able to actually troll through all this and actually fish this the way that I want to, which sucks. Man, it's low. It's very low. I'm talking like inches. It's not good. Let me show you guys something kind of funny. So right here, we're in the middle of the boat trail, and you can see it's pretty cleared out. But if you look right over this way, yep, look at all those stumps. Isn't that crazy? All right, so we just made it out here to the fishing spot. I've been fishing out here a lot recently, mainly just because this is the area that's holding the deepest water. And I can say now that we have officially gotten to the point where the water in the creek channel is the only water out here. There's not any water outside of the channel on these flats. It's completely dry. It's so crazy to see it like this. It's just, you can see the change in elevation. It's nuts. It doesn't even look right. But another thing to note is I came out here planning to just throw a chatterbait. If you watched our last video, we came out here and absolutely wrecked them on the chatterbait. If you haven't seen that video, you should check it out. It's a great video. I'll have it linked in the video description. But I wanted to come back out here and see what it looked like. This is my favorite spot out here on the lake, and I want to fish it as much as possible. But anyway, so I was going to throw a chatterbait out here today. I thought the wind was going to blow, but the wind is non-existent right now. So plan B is I've been digging around in the kayak looking for some loose tackle. I found an 1/8 ounce shaky head jig head, and I found an old 6 cents Busa worm, and it actually seems to be in pretty good shape. I may not have actually used it yet. So we're going to throw it around in this bait cast and setup. It's not perfect, but I really don't think the chatterbait's going to work with these conditions. If we start seeing some fish schooling around a little bit, we'll change it up, but I just want to catch like 1 or 2 fish out of this spot today, and then we're going to move on and check out some more of the lake. Got you. There we go. Oh, it's in the boat. I was beginning to worry if I was going to catch one or not. I've been fishing through some good stuff. I was really hoping that I'd get at least one last fish out of this spot. He's probably like a 14.5 incher or so. He bit it pretty good, so I saw a bunch of bubbles surfacing, and I was like, it's kind of weird, so I threw up about the bubbles, and I don't think he was making the bubbles, but he was enjoying himself. It's like a little hot tub for him. We're gonna send him back. I know some of y'all are gonna, oh, we got a little bonus jump. I've gotten a lot of comments saying, you know, why are we not keeping these fish? And to be honest with you, I would have loved to have caught that fish. I didn't have a cooler. Stringer's not good. The water's hot. You like dragging them through these lily pads and grass and over mud flats, just not good. And the fish would probably be ruined by the time I get home. And also, we have 2 freezers, and they are filled to the top with fish fillets, and it's all sorts of kinds of fish and wild game. In the wintertime, we usually stock it pretty heavily on crappie and stuff that we like to eat. And I mean, literally, they're full, and my parents' freezers are full. My grandparents' freezers are full. Like, everybody has fish. I know we could maybe donate them to like a food bank or something, but it's just, we have so much fish, and we don't have to fill our freezers up because we already did that. So that's why I threw that one back. And I'm feeling lucky for that guy. I think he's gonna make it through. Well, hopefully he'll make it through. This is kind of a weird angle for me, so if I get, does he have it? Spit it out. Oh, bit it, gosh. I was getting bit that whole time. I was gonna say, this is kind of an awkward angle for me. If I get bit, we're gonna have to do some crazy stuff. And I got bit a couple times on that cast just then. So hot. I had no idea it was gonna be this hot today. I saw wind on my app, but there is not a lick of wind. It's humid. It's a steamer. This is what you call in Arkansas a steamer. Gotcha! Gotcha! Jump over that log for me. Jump over that log for me. Oh yeah. Hey, I'll take it. Second bass on the day. Again, victim to the 6 cents Busa ribbon-tail worm. Again, if y'all have not checked this worm out, if you need some confidence and some Texas rig worming or a shaky head worm, and you just need a good flowy ribbon-tail worm, this one's the guy. This is such a good worm. They got all the colors you need. Really, the only colors you need are plum and blue fleck and maybe some green pumpkin. They got all those plus some extras. If you're on the 6 Cents Fishing website, use that code CJ10, save you 10%. Just saying. Just saying. It's been smashing. We're kind of getting out of worm season, but if you're somewhere where it's still hot and stanky like it is here, it'll play. And it plays all throughout fall too. The water back here is pretty stained today. I think that has to do just with the current, you know, with the water dropping, but also I think it's just like all the fish are condensed to this area now. and they're just down here just stirring up the bottom. I noticed that whenever I launched the kayak at the boat ramp, there was all those fish up there by the boat ramp, and it was so muddy over there too. But like I said, I think it's just from all the fish just being out there, just muddying the place up. We're gonna catch one in the next couple of casts. Feeling pretty certain on that. Oh, it's a good one. Told you. Did it on the fall. It's a good one. Oh yeah, where were you at on tournament day? A stud. A little stud monkey. Where was that fish at whenever I was fishing that tournament a couple weeks ago? He would have really helped me. If I would have caught this fish in the last little bit, it would have propelled me into 3rd place. We would have got a top 3 finish and got paid. But he didn't want to bite that day. He wanted to bite today. Look at the chubby tummy on that thing. Bit it on the fall, so there's probably more where that came from. Got you. Be big. Oh, it's giant. It's a big one. Oh, he's not as big as I thought he was. Look how fat this fish is, guys. You gotta be kidding me. Are y'all seeing these dimensions? What a beach ball. Look at that fish. Probably not much longer than that first one I caught, but just a tank. This is just a great representation of the fish that live out here. They're all just stocky, fat. That one there's a little bit plus sized thick. He's taking advantage of some of these shallow pools, I think. But what a good fish. I thought he was big for a second just because I saw his side and I was like, oh, it is a really nice one. And it's so shallow, he made a big wake when he came screaming towards that worm. But that's our 4th one. We got 4 quality fish here and not long at all, really. Once we got to the area where the fish were at, they're all about it. I'm glad that I had 1 worm in this kayak. Had I not had it, I don't know what we would have caught today, but what a thick fish. That thing is crazy. I'm gonna take a picture with him, take a selfie with him. So I'll always remember my last day fishing out here. All right, we're gonna send him back. Okay, that's 4. Let's see if we can get 5. Get 5, I'll call it good. I got a fish. Shoot. Well, I guess I didn't need to blow through that hole. I was wanting to get up here to where the creek bends again, and this dude got me. He caught me slipping. I wasn't ready, but we got him still. That's our smallest of the day, but that's our 5th one. We got a 5 bass limit. Guys, look at this place. Isn't this just crazy? All of that is dry. We got the little creek channel, and then all of this, it's just bone dry as far as you can see. And it's crazy because as far as you can see is normally where I like to fish at. There's a couple of little spots back there that are probably holding a little bit of water. If you look right out there in the middle of your screen, there's some birds right there. There's a little slough that runs in right through there. That's probably got a little bit of water, but there's no way you can get to it. But I mean, it's crazy. It's just really hard to believe, and it's really hard to see the place like this. But you can clearly see the creek channel, and you see these flats, and there's all these little stumps on here that the fishers like to get on, like that right there. That stump right there, I have caught so many bass off that stump. And there's those logs right there. Basically, that's the kind of stuff I was fishing when the water was up, right on the kind of lip of the creek channel. Usually there wasn't as much vegetation. You can kind of see that. You see how thick they are, and you can see where it's kind of thin. Those holes would always have fish. It's crazy, but it's the way it is. I mean, that's shocking. When I was here last week, it did not look like that. Not nearly like that, at least. Oh, I don't know what this is. It's big. Big old bass. Big old bass. Stay on, big baby. Yeah. Are you kidding? You kidding me? Look at that thing. Right here next to these cypress trees, man. Pig. He loved the Busa worm. What's wrong with that right there, guys? What is wrong with that? It's a 4-pounder. Like 4.5 pounds. Smashed the 6 cents Busa ribbon tail on a little shaky head right next to the cypress tree. It was just kind of just, I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was shaking it in place a little bit. I was actually looking out ahead of me because I seen a fish swirl and I was thinking about going up there and trying to catch it. But what an awesome fish. That's the kind we're after. That's what you love to see. That's a beautiful bass. He's probably, I don't know, he's 19 inches for sure probably. Probably getting close to 20. Man, healthy, beautiful, blemish-free, largemouth bass. We're gonna send it back. We're kind of making our way out now. We'll see you, big baby. That thing fought. I was convinced for about the first 5 seconds that I had hooked me a bowfin. I just seen one in the shallows, and I thought that'd be pretty cool if we did get one. But yeah, we're kind of making our way back out downstream. We're just kind of fishing, and basically until we lose this worm. It's kind of tattered, and I don't feel like it's gonna hold up to many more fish. But maybe we can catch a couple more. But if not, that was a good one. If that was the last fish I caught out of this place, I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. Man, there's like schooling up there in the lily pads. It's crazy. I think they're small ones though. Got you. Got you. Got you. Again, I was on the move. It's another big one. It's another big one. Tail walk for me, baby. Woo! Yeah. Looks just like the last one, only I think a little bit bigger. I think he's bigger. He's got some black spots on him too. Let me show you the other side of him. I actually swapped up. I ran my last Busa worm broke off. I found a power worm in here too. I didn't really like the way it was swimming on this jig head. It was a little bit bulky, but it was good enough. I was actually reeling that in when he bit it. I'll show you the spots on this thing. You see the spots? What a cool fish. It's another one, like 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, 19, 20 inches, something like that. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. What I don't love is that that worm is broke now. And I'm all out of worms, so I think that might be it. This might be our last fish we catch out of this spot. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we'll find a way to weasel our way back here again. But if not, we'll fish different areas of the lake until we aren't able to fish those either. But beautiful, beautiful bass, super healthy, super thick. Man, I didn't think he was that big. I guess it's just because I was going towards it whenever he was swimming towards me. But we're gonna send him back. Oh, we'll see you, buddy. That was cool. Okay, well, I was kind of thinking I might be able to make it back over to my house and just, you know, put the kayak on the bank and then drive back over and pick up my truck, but that's not an option. We can't do that. It's too low. It's dry. It's dry land. So we're gonna take this thing back to the ramp, load the kayak up. We're gonna check out a couple more spots around the lake. There's a couple areas that I want to check out that I think are gonna be really crazy to look at. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, guys, we are back at the house now. It's a little bit later. I actually ended up not going and checking out any of their places. Well, I stopped by them, but they just really didn't look that crazy. I just checked a couple of spots in the creek. They definitely look lower, but it wasn't as dramatic. So I figured we would wrap this up here at the house where y'all are pretty familiar with what this looks like. It is absolutely insane what it looks like right now. We are just about out of water. Take a look at this. So right there, where Cypress is by that barrel, is where the water normally is. And you can see it has receded all the way out here. And the water that is here is only a few inches deep. It's crazy. It's real crazy. Like, you can see the bottom right there. So we have this trench right here that's dug out, and it's like an 8 or 9 foot trench, so it's holding some water. But all those lily pads out there, that's all dry. You can see the dry land there. Out there past the island on that flat, it's basically dry. That section of lily pads right there is about 6 inches deep. It's a little bit deeper over that way, but I mean, that's it. We're fixing to have our own little private pond right here, I think. I don't know. It's bad. But the lake is starting to reveal some stuff. We got this tire. We got this little weird little PVC, like little yo-yo thing right there. But it's also revealing some of my dirty secrets that I got out here. So if you look right here, that's exactly what that looks like. That's a little musical chairs tribute right there. Whenever we bought this house, there was a bunch of old chairs on this dock, and they actually got blown off into the lake. And then one day, I was out here and I found them, and I just made a little structure while I was already out there, and I've caught so many fish off of that pile of musical chairs. You also got some brush piles right there. Got a big brush pile out there that I always cast to. We got a brush pile right out there that I cast to. So if you're wondering any of my secrets, there they are. There's gonna be a lot more exposed really soon. But yeah, take a gander. Looks kind of normal when you look at it from right there, but then you go whoop, and all you see is just a bunch of mud. Jay, baby Summy, what are your thoughts about all this? What are your thoughts?
We're just trying to enjoy it while we have it.
Yeah.
But we are very sad.
Yeah, Cypress is about to be casting on mud. He's actually been casting on mud right there. He has to come all the way down here to fish now. Yeah. Which is kind of, it's not really annoying for us, but we like to just sit at the end and let him be down there in the shallow end, which it's all shallow now. If he falls in, he can just stand up. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, but it's very muddy and yucky.
Yeah, Summy, let's see this. Let me see that dress.
Say, oh, look at my dress.
Let me see that dress. Oh, you're wearing the Monarchs. Ooh.
Hey, Summer.
Hey, Summy, tummy. Are you eating that hand?
Yeah.
That is a beautiful dress. Hey, baby Summy. Can you smile? Can you smile? Get that out your mouth. Can you smile? Oh, there it is.
Summer is like the happiest baby. She is so sweet.
It's crazy how different she is from Sai. Like Sai, from the moment he could move, he's been a mover, he's been a kicker, he's been a squealer, he's been just wanting to go. Yeah.
She's like so easygoing and just chill.
Very chill and just happy.
But just happy. Just happy. She's so wonderful.
Said,
which Sai's wonderful too. He's always been wonderful, but they are different.
Yeah, I mean, there's a considerable amount of differences between the two of them. You know, when we first had Sai, it was our first babies, we're like, oh, that's how all babies are. Yeah. Then we had her, and we're like, oh, they're not all the same. They're not all the same, are they?
I think she's also teething.
Yeah. So at 4 months, just like Sai.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
She has really been gnawing on her hands. You like your dress? It's so pretty.
And
she's almost about to be able to sit up. I don't know if I can get her to do it right here, but...
Can you sit up, baby? Oh my goodness. Oh, look at you.
Say, I'm up.
Oh, she said I'm not ready. Oh, there it is.
We said she's the happiest baby. Now she's crying.
She doesn't like to sit on the dock.
Yeah, she doesn't.
And we just tried to do a photo session with her, and she's kind of fed up with it. Are you fed up with it?
Oh, Summer girl.
Oh, but she's pretty.
Oh, Summer.
Hey, Cypress, you want to come say hi? Oh, here comes Cypress. What you doing, Cypress?
I'm fishing.
You going fishing? Oh, snap. I feel like that's not the right bobber for your pole. Oh, he casted it backwards. Try again, buddy. Cypress has had really good form, but he's just recently gotten a little wild. He's casting laser beams out into the lake, but his reeling is getting good. Can you cast it again? Okay. See, I don't know how he did that, but he did it. But if he casts like that, he's not ready for hooks. He was at a point where he was almost ready for hooks, but now he's kind of getting a little wild. But we're working on it. Reel it, Si. Reel it, Si. Reel it, Si. Okay, give me a good big cast. There it is. Wow. You crazy. Here's a little bit better perspective of how low it is. I mean, you can see basically it's dry all the way to the end of the dock down there. It's crazy. And probably in 3 days, I'm thinking 3 days, if it keeps dropping at the rate that it's dropping, we'll be dry. And again, like, I'm used to being able to touch water right here. So it's insane. This looks like peak motherhood. Cypress needs some new fishing line on his reel. It's not low memory fishing line. Oh, Mom's got it. There we go. Send it. Cast it.
Where are you going?
Cast it.
Right there.
Cast it. That was an
Good
awesome
job.
cast, but we missed the water again.
Hey, Cypress. Who's the best fisherman you know? Who? Oh, me?
Mommy's the best fisherman. Who's better at fishing, Mommy or Daddy? Cypress.
Hey, Cypress. What kind of tree is that? What kind
Hey,
of tree
Cypress,
is
what
that?
kind of tree is this?
Tree.
A cypress tree? Where's your cypress knees at? Is that funny, Sammy? Well, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. That is your official update on the home lake that is going down right now. This is day 27 of them draining it, and never would I have thought that it would have gone down this fast in 27 days, but I think just with the lack of rain to kind of, you know, help kind of stabilize it a little bit, it just is what it is. It's crazy, but as y'all saw, you know, you can still go down to the dam and catch some bait. You can still you can still catch fish out here. There's still fish to be caught out here. Where I launched at and fished, it's going to be very difficult in the next couple of days. But there's still going to be some fish to be caught. We're going to keep getting after it. We're just going to have to change location. We're already having to improvise quite a bit, but we'll make something work as long as we possibly can and try to catch as many as we can in the meantime. It'd be nice to catch like a real big one, just like a big giant fish. Oh my gosh, look at that all going on out there.
Whoa!
What's going on? It's like they're schooling. Look at all that disturbance out there. There's a bunch of shad and they're like getting wolf packed on like by some bass. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting us in all the ways that y'all do. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the fishing section of it. I was glad to get out there and catch some fish. Those could easily be the last fish that we ever catch from our favorite spot, which sucks, but it is what it is. At least they were big ones, and maybe we'll catch them again before they're gone. But like I said, if y'all enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're Colin J, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Say bye.
Bye.
Hit the camera. Hey, Cypress, can you say bye?
Bye.
Say like and subscribe.
Bye. Bye.